I'm going to talk about how to heal from your past traumas. Now, this is one of the most important thing to do in your life, because without this, you won't feel at peace. You're gonna feel the traumas or the past traumas gonna coming you back again and again, and you're gonna feel like you're in pain or you're in suffering. So I'm gonna share some tips with you. Hopefully, we're going to help you, or that will going to help you take care of yourself as a female. It's a workbook, a PDF download, which you can download it. It's entirely based on my experience. The link is in the description box below. You can also check our website www.thesimplewaves.com. All the links are in description box below. Anyway, guys, let's talk about how to deal or how to heal with your past traumas. I think that everyone has something or the other to deal with their past stuffs. Whether you are in your 20s or you are in your teens, or even if you are 30 years or above, whatever it is, you might have gone through some issues in the past that was not that great, that actually caused a lot of the pain and suffering in your life. It could be a lot of the different variety of the things, like you could have seen losing someone, or breakup, or childhood traumas. There could be a lot much that particular trauma actually inflicted you, and the severity of it and how it's deeply enrooted in you. Obviously, it gonna take you time. If it's not affecting you that much, it gonna be easy for you to actually heal from it. But if it's something which is very, very deep rooted, it gonna take you some time. So you have to be patient with that. So let's talk about some tips. The first thing first is to actually journal it out. Now, journaling for me personally is really healing. It's part of the process. Now, you don't have to write the essays or pages or something like that. It's not compulsory to do that. But if you are actually doing it and figuring your stuff out by the journaling, write it down to the piece of paper, actually conveying your emotions or whatever you're feeling in that moment, that will really going to drive your life in a good way. Because when you have everything into your mind, everything is cluttering over here. It's not decluttered. So for decluttering, you have to figure it out the way to declutter. Personally, for me, journaling is my number one favorite method, and I've seen it helped a lot of the people in the past. And you could do the similar thing. Just take your piece of paper. If you don't have a journal, you don't need to be fancy over here. Just keep the thing simple and easy, and just write it down, whatever is coming in your mind regarding your trauma or regarding how you're feeling or what your emotions. Written down your feelings, your emotions, your past traumas, and understand that not all the things will gonna come up eventually. You might feel one thoughts or one emotion at a time at one time when you're writing. You won't be able to write everything down, and that's okay. That's normal. You have to take some more time to actually write it down, the entire thing. It will gonna take you a week or a month or maybe more than that. So just be patient with yourself. You don't have to rush. But with that being said, the another tip is, when you written down your entire traumas or entire things that actually inflicted you in the past and has also inflicted you in the current situation, because you are dealing with that past traumas in your mind, you have to understand that life is way more short than you actually think it would be. Now, if you are in your teens, you would be thinking, I'm going to live for 60 years of age or 70 years of age or maybe more than that. I have a lot of the time to actually deal with the stuff. No. No one really knows when we're gonna die. And obviously, this is the journey that everyone shares, okay? Every living being on this planet Earth share this journey. We can't be certain when we're gonna be dying, at what age we're gonna be dying, and how we're gonna be dying. So why to actually live in pain and suffering right now when you know that you're gonna die one day? I mean, it's a choice, right? It's a choice. Whether you choose to stay happy or whether you choose to stay sad, it's a choice. And I know that it's not easy often when you're dealing with the past traumas. You would be thinking that I'm already dealing with the past traumas, and why it's a big deal to actually let it go. But understand, you don't have a choice either. And even if you take an alternative route, then you want to live for the rest of your life in a pain, in a sad, in a suffering? Obviously, in this particular stuff, where you are currently right now, you would be saying that who cares? I want to live in. But once you actually clear your mind and just get normal and relax, you're going to tell yourself, no, I don't want to live in this pain and suffering for the rest of my life, because I know life is too short. So you have a choice, right? With that being said, the third tip I have for you is take your time to deal with the stuff. You have written down your past traumas and you have actually deeply understand that our life is too short and I choose to stay happy. I choose to let it go, but now it's actually going to take you a time to heal from it. Depending on how the severity of the situation and the severity of the pain that it actually give you when it actually happened in your life in the past, it's gonna take you time. So be patient. I want to tell you, for some of the pain and traumas, for me personally, it took me a week. For some of them, it took me months. And for some of them, it took me more than a year. In fact, I'm still dealing with some issues in the past. And it's taking me a long time, but I'm not going way more fast because that is very deeply rooted in me. So it's gonna take me a time, right? The same thing you have to do. With that being said, another tip I have for you is to forgive yourself and forgive everyone involved in that past trauma. Now, this one is the last thing that you want to do, and I truly, truly get it. But understand that forgiving is not about forgetting. Forgiving is actually leaving the situation and letting go and choosing happiness and peace and joy for you. You have to change your perspective over here. You're actually choosing joy and happiness for you. It's for you, okay? You're not doing for that person. If you're holding on to that trauma or that thing for a long time, it's gonna hurt you, okay? It's gonna hurt you for the rest of the life. So you are forgiving that person or forgiving yourself just to feel peace, just to feel at joy, just to feel happiness, just to be yourself with you, okay? You are doing it for you. You're not doing it for other person. I'm not telling you to forget that person. No, I'm telling you to forgive that person so you are at peace. Because when we are holding on to some anger or resentment, it's just like taking a poison by yourself and expecting other person to die. Yeah, it's similar. You're having a ball of a poison in your own hand and you are actually drinking it and expecting other person to die when you are in your anger, resentment, or sadness, or in this trauma. And other person will never gonna die because you are taking the poison by yourself by being in that state. So you have to get out of it. When you forgive something, you are choosing yourself over that person. Because when you're holding on to that trauma, then that person has the power over you. And you're shifting the power when you are actually forgiving it. When you're forgiving, you are taking the power in your hands and you're choosing yourself over that person. But when you're holding on to it and when you're feeling the pain and suffering again, that means you're giving your power to that person. That means you choose that person more than you. But when you are actually forgiving it, you're choosing yourself over that person or that situation, and now you have the power. So that's the thing about forgiving, and change your perspective about the I have for you is go on a therapy, hire a therapist or any person who is actually been an expert in this area. Get the necessary help and support. You really need it because it will gonna make you feel so better and gonna help you deal with your situation. Obviously, some things we can deal by ourselves, some things which is very deep rooted, we do need an external help. So get the expert help in this area that will going to help you. Another tip I have for you is to spend some time with the nature. Nature has a great healing power. And I truly believe that. And I also truly use the nature or being with the nature whenever I need it. Because whenever I'm with the nature, I feel like I'm one with this planet. I feel like the nature is my mother. And yes, the nature is our mother. It's a mother nature, it's the mother earth. It's gonna heal us. It's there to love us, to support us, to be with us. It's not against us, okay? So that's why I'm saying that be spend time with your nature, with your mother nature, with our mother nature who is there to love us, who's there to support us, be with us whenever we need it, and who is actually there to heal our traumas, to heal our stuff. So just spend time. Maybe go on a walk with the nature. Maybe spend some time in the park, on the beach, on the sunset, or maybe spend some time with the animals. Animals are also the part of the nature, and animals are so amazing. I love them because animals and babies are so amazing. Like they know how to live in the present moment, and they are in the present moment. They're gonna look at you, they're gonna see you, and they're gonna feel happy about it. They are not concerned about the past traumas or past stuff. They are focusing only on the present moment, and that's all about the life is, and that is the life. So you could be with the baby, with the small babies, small kids, or you could be with the nature, or you could be with the animals. These have a cool, amazing power to actually feel good about yourself. Last tip I have for you, obviously there are gonna be a lot of the ways in which you can deal with that. These are some of my own personal tips. The last tip I which practically do is to meditate, do some yoga, or a body movement like dancing, or a Pilates or Taekwondo, whatever fits for you, whatever you feel comfortable doing that, do that. Do some physical movements or some physical body so you could release that negative energy. Maybe go on a gym or do some exercise or workout or a meditation. That's very important for your mind decluttering, or a yoga, whatever fits best for you, do it. You could listen to a music. You could also do the painting, the art. The healing with the art is such a great way to heal yourself, and I practically do that, being myself an artist. So these are the some tips and some ways in which you can heal with your past trauma. Remember, you have the power, okay? You can deal with that. You have deal with the past traumas or deal with the past struggles a lot many times in the past. So you have the power. You have everything that you need to heal with this trauma within you, okay? You have the power. Take your time, be okay with what you are feeling, and just let it go. Choose yourself over that person, over that situation, over that thing. Prioritize yourself over anything and everything, and love yourself and be at peace and joy, and understand it's gonna be fine with time. It's fine, it's gonna be fine.